Hi guys, God bless you. I just wanted to come and just read this article real quick. I think the Lord brought it to my attention. I don't know, but it talks about some things in here that people have had dreams about. I've had dreams about, but this article was written today. We the People, WTPC calls for Trump to declare limited martial law. And a lot of us have suspected that Trump might do that. To stay in office. I don't know. Just suspected. WTPC calls for president to invoke limited martial law to hold a new election. In full-page Washington Times ad, if legislators, courts, and Congress do not follow the Constitution. President of the Tea Party affiliated We the People Convention and executive director of Portage County Tea Party published a full-page ad in the Washington Times newspaper demanding that President Trump invoke limited martial law in order to allow the U.S. military to oversee a new free and fair federal election if legislators, courts, and the Congress do not follow the Constitution. And please excuse me, I'm still stuffed up and sick. He says, we wanted to express our concerns to the president, to the legislators, courts, and Congress that we the people will not cede our exclusive constitutional right to elect our representatives to judges, lawyers, courts, governors, secretaries of state, Congress, corrupt election officials, and local politicians, the corrupt media, or leftist threats of violence. It is our exclusive right to elect our president, and that sacred right has been infringed by the massive, planned, illegal election fraud conducted by corrupt Democrat Socialist Party operatives across our nation to steal our vote. We will not stand for it. And someone a while back had a dream about tea. And here we are talking to the guy, representative of the Portage County Tea Party. And here's the ad. We the People Convention that was in the newspaper. And this is crazy, you guys. Look, Lincoln. Who's had dreams about President Lincoln? And the Gone with the Wind movie took place in the Civil War era. And I've had dreams about being with Kim Mosley in an antebellum house. And looking at a phone, and it's saying law in it. And war. The ad compares the extraordinary executive actions implemented by President Abraham Lincoln in his efforts to save the Union during the Civil War and the literal civil war that is dividing our nation today. Without full confidence that our courts or Congress will indeed follow the 12th Amendment of the Constitution and defend our electoral process, the ad calls upon President Trump, like Lincoln, to exercise the extraordinary powers of his office and declare limited martial law to temporarily suspend the Constitution and civilian control of these federal elections in order to have the military implement a national revote that reflects the true will of the people. Federal candidates only, paper ballots, no computers, hand counted with both parties watching every vote, only registered voters. Photo ID to prove residence, conducted safely with everyone wearing masks and 6 feet apart, just like we did in Ohio. This is like crazy how it mentions all these things. The Lord has put pieces and puzzles and dreams. And then it goes on to talk about Abraham Lincoln. And the Lord spoke to me in a dream, habeas corpus. Now it says, in the months following the start of the Civil War, President Abraham Lincoln struggled to preserve the Union. Many objected to Lincoln's extraordinary use of presidential authority, in particular, his suspension of the right of habeas corpus. Lincoln defended his extreme measures in a letter published in the New York Times. He argued, ours is a case of rebellion. In fact, a clear, flagrant, and gigantic case of rebellion, and the provision of the Constitution that the privilege of the writ of habeas corpus shall not be suspended unless when, in cases of rebellion or invasion, the public safety may require it. And these are his presidential orders. Lincoln ordered hundreds of northern newspapers that spoke against him to be shut down and their owners and editors arrested. Lincoln ordered the arrest of Ohio Congressman Clement valendig him, for the crime of speaking out against him. Chief Justice of the U.S. Roger Chaney ruled that Lincoln had violated the U.S. Constitution when he illegally suspended the writ of habeas corpus. After hearing this, Lincoln signed an arrest warrant to have the Chief Justice of the U.S. arrested. Lincoln ordered the arrest of thousands in Maryland for the crime of suspected Southern sympathies, including ordering the arrest of U.S. Congressman Henry May from Maryland. These people were arrested and held in military prisons without trial, some of them for years. It's crazy, guys. Yeah, so it goes on. Today, the current threat of our United States by the international and domestic socialist communist left is much more serious than anything Lincoln or our nation has faced in its history, including civil war. We have well-funded, armed, and trained Marxists in Antifa and BLM strategically positioned in our major cities, acting openly with violence to silence opposition to their anti-American agenda. Okay, I'm not going to get into all this, but talking about defunding the police, creating chaos. Yeah, and I'm sure a lot of you have heard about all that. That was interesting how all in this one article, it talks about Lincoln and calling martial law and likening Trump to Lincoln. But you guys, we are coming down the home stretch. We're going to be gone with the wind pretty soon. And I love you guys, and keep looking up.